Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. While it's certainly true that XRP is under heavy attack from the SEC in the United States, the rest of the world gives zero FOX. They do not give a single damn. Not one single damn. Look at this headline from the Crypto Basic. 31 regulated Japanese cryptocurrency exchanges to list XRP by month end. Folks, that's only several days or so from now. Another 31 exchanges. So the rest of the world continues to adopt XRP. And it's just the midterm. I think in the midterm, yes, in the United States, kind of at a pause. Materially harmed Ripple's business utilizing XRP as a bridge currency. Liquidity dried up in the United States after the SEC made their bogus claims. And those corridors, which were helping people, real people in real life, save money, facilitate more reasonable international cross-border payments and settlements, it just ended. It just ended. Ripple lost customers in the United States. But again, the rest of the world doesn't matter. And I still personally believe that this is just a temporary thing, a little blip on the map. The rest of the world really, in fact, take a look at this headline too. I'm going to briefly cover this. This is a headline from Finance Feeds from the other day. Ripple's array of partners expands as CIBC NAB join RippleNet. Folks, big partners. And yes, their payments technology, Ripple's payments technology, absolutely fantastic. But you just wait until there's sufficient liquidity for XRP as the crypto asset class grows. Yes, adoption is going to increase at an exponential rate. What do you think that does for supply and demand? Because XRP is going to be held by more people. What do you actually think? Supply and demand here. It's early days. We're going through the tough time, but one day perhaps we'll look back and call these, sans the SEC incident, we'll call them the good old days. I'll tell you what. I have a feeling I'll look back in like a decade or two with fondness for this period, by and large. Also, I want to share with you something briefly from attorney John Deaton. He highlighted Gary Genlser, how Gary Genlser, SEC chair, is ignoring a crucial HOWEY factor because of reasons. But before going any further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I'm not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. So here you go, you want some good news to start your day? Look at this, 31 regulated Japanese cryptocurrency exchanges to list XRP by month end. The Japan Virtual and Crypto Assets Exchange Association, or JVCEA for short, a self-regulatory organization for the Japanese cryptocurrency industry, has announced that XRP, alongside 17 other cryptocurrencies, will be listed across various crypto exchanges in Japan. Now, folks, do you know why this is happening? Because XRP is decentralized and the SEC can't stop it, and XRP itself is not a security. It is not going away. I am not worried about XRP going away personally. I am concerned about, and I don't think this is likely, it's still, sure, worried about potential bad outcome and what that would mean for market participants in the United States and entrepreneurs developing on top of the XRP ledger in the United States, sure. But even at that, I'm still optimistic that it's more likely than not justice shall be done here. But anyway, peace continues. According to a report published on Nikkei Asia Today, the JVCEA, a group of 31 cryptocurrency exchanges, said in an online presentation that it will release a green list of the 18 cryptocurrencies that will be listed across the Japanese trading platforms by month end. Now, folks, do you think that they're doing this because it's something that people want and there's demand? Do you think that they're afraid that XRP is going to stop existing? I don't think they're so worried about that. If there weren't demand, then they wouldn't be going down this path. It's why I just keep saying, yes, as annoying as this is, fine. But 95% of trading of XRP occurs outside the United States anyway. The reason that XRP ran up to almost $4 during the last market cycle, January 4th, 2018, when it hit its all-time high, that's primarily because of people outside of the United States. Only about 5% of the trading, again, occurring within the United States. So what was bumping up the price? Everybody else. And everybody else has agreed, yeah, we still want this, and there's not as concerned, frankly. And in terms of adoption, because look, I believe that every use case for XRP matters in terms of supply and demand, and it will matter as, and this is true of any cryptocurrency, but as XRP continues to be adopted, so you can look at XRP being used here as a bridge currency, Ripple's use case, if it's widely used with Coil's use case, helping facilitate a new form of web monetization so that you don't have to have advertisements, you don't have to have paywalls, you can just stream money in real time. Let's see if that continues to work. We'll check it out. We're monitoring it. There's all sorts of use cases that people, reasons that people choose to use XRP. Some people even just want to use it as a currency. They actually do, and that's awesome. So every single reason, that's going to, the more that happens, the more supply and demand factors play out. So you can extrapolate that over time. And so with XRP, even just if you're just looking as a bridge currency, because it's the most famous and well-known use case for XRP, even if you're just talking about this one, and this does not make it a security, because again, there are multiple use cases, all sorts of other reasons beyond that too. But even if you're just looking at this particular use case, my gosh, if you're talking about a crypto asset class that's worth, over $100 trillion in terms of market cap at some point, which certainly seems realistic. You're talking about individual cryptocurrencies in the trillions of dollars, the ones that are actually useful, the most useful. Well, why couldn't you see XRP in part as a result of this moving up substantially in price over the long haul? I think every use case does matter. Now, that doesn't mean that XRP is centralized. Of course, it's decentralized. But we're just talking about a use case existing, solving real problems for real people. Don't you think that's going to impact the price of XRP over time? Well, if it continues to get adopted and more participants jump in and there's more demand for the whole crypto space, yes. Right now the whole market moves in tandem, but at some point it's going to detach, and then it's not going to, it's just rise and fall on its own merits. I think pretty much all of them will at that point, but even that, that's exciting, right? So here's the headline from Finance Feed. Ripple's array of partners expands as CIBC NAB join RippleNet. The move is part of a wider alliance between the North American and APAC banking giants with Israel's bank Leumi to share information, innovation strategies, and open up networks with startup partners. And so this is the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, CIBC, Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, and the National Bank of Australia, NAB. And they're joining RippleNet to tap into its increasingly popular blockchain solution for cross-border payments and settlement, according to an announcement from the Ripple team. So they sure as hell don't seem to care about what's going on with the SEC. They're like, okay, that's a thing, it's happening in the background. Doesn't impact them. It's not going to functionally matter. And all of these partners that continue to jump on board with RippleNet as liquidity increases, crypto is adopted further and becomes a normal part of daily life. And as regulations in various parts of the world become a thing of the past, what do you think is going to happen? I'll tell you what I think is going to happen. RippleNet, because it's already being adopted here because it's a better solution just for the payment side, I think the settlement side is going to be turned on, and you can do it. I know, popular term in the XRP community, flip the switch. Yes, well, individual entities, they can choose to go ahead and turn on on-demand liquidity, and it doesn't take much time at all for that to happen. I remember David Schwartz talking about it, and he may have said it, I can't remember, he said it's like a week or two. Say, yes, we want to do it, implement the software, bam, good to go. Not going to take long. So in a moment's notice, practically speaking, you can just start utilizing XRP for settlement. And again, what do you think that does when you're talking about trillions of dollars flowing across the world daily for international settlement? And what happens when more people jump in, even if they're not the ones utilizing it for that use case? Even if you just want to speculate or you want to store value, how many people are going to jump in and purchase XRP just to hold it because it's likely to not go away, because functionally businesses need it to move money across the planet? Might that matter? Well, I think the answer is yes. So anyway, it's just good to share a little bit of positive news here. The rest of the world doesn't give a damn. They give zero FOX. It's happening. 31 regulated Japanese cryptocurrency exchanges listing XRP, and it'll be glorious because eventually, when this thing settles, and I hope I think settles, we could see full adjudication of the SEC versus Ripple case. But once that happens, I'm still anticipating you're just going to see a flurry of activity very quickly. Exchanges in the United States relisting XRP, and what's that going to do for price? Now, that's going to be fun. I look forward to making those videos on the Moon Lambo channel. Now, take a look at this from attorney John Deaton. He had an interview with J.W. Verrett, who is among other things, an SEC advisory committee member. I've mentioned him in one or two videos recently because he just blasted Gary Genlser in writing, and also he did it politely, but to his face he also said effectively, and not these are not the words he used, but your ideas surrounding crypto, not so good, right? Definitely not so good. kind of draconian, frankly. So anyway, Attorney John Deaton was speaking with J.W. Verrett, and he wrote this in a Twitter thread. He wrote, "The question I posed to J.W. Verrett was whether a person could enter into a common enterprise," and then parentheses he writes, "the Howey factor that Gary Genlser ignores or forgot about," into parentheses, "if that person is completely unaware the promoter exists." Now think about this, and I've actually been trumpeting this fact since Gary Genlser first started speaking like this, which was at the Aspen Security Forum, and it was either the end of August or maybe early September of last year. And he was being interviewed at the Aspen Security Forum, and he was being asked about questions about the crypto and the Howey test. And he brought up the Howey test, and he said it's a 3-factor test. And I was like, what? It's a 3-factor test? No, it is not. I'm not a lawyer, and I know that is not true. It's a 4-prong test, or a 4-factor test if you want to use the word factor. It doesn't matter. It requires, number 1, the investment of money, 2, with the expectation of profits, 3, on the efforts of others, and 4, there must be a common enterprise. He threw out the common enterprise prong. He said it's a 3-factor test. Now, if you throw that out, it's a lot easier to make the case that XRP is a security. Now, can he legally unilaterally change what the Howey test actually looks at? No, but he's doing it anyway. He's verbally stating it. Would that stand up in court? I don't think so. If the SEC was actually pushing that prong didn't matter for some reason. But that's what he's doing. Like, what in the ever-loving hell is going through his little Gary mind where he thinks it makes sense to speak like that as he runs the SEC? He has to know that's not accurate. So that's what Attorney John Deaton's speaking about here. He's ignoring or forgot. Worse than that, he actually literally said it's a 3-factor test. He didn't just happen to not mention one of them. He literally said, I've covered it on my channel before, he literally said at the Aspen Security Forum, it's a 3-factor test. So, again, the bigger question here, though, what if people, I'll just read it again. The question I posed to J.W. Verrett was whether a person could enter into a common enterprise if that person is completely unaware the promoter exists. That's an interesting question, isn't it? Can you be in a common enterprise if you don't even know that there is a common enterprise? Good question. Deaton continues. J.W. stated that under vertical commonality, you cannot, but under horizontal commonality, you possibly could. JW is 100% correct. But in the Ripple case, horizontal commonality also does not exist because Ripple didn't have an ICO where it pooled all the money to build out the platform. Isn't that kind of a crucial factor, folks? And then he wrote below, he shared one of his threads, which I've covered before, and I'm not going to for the sake of this video. Great thread, though. It was a Howey test analysis 1 year after the lawsuit started. So he goes, below is a brief analysis of the Howey test applied to XRP and Ripple. Others have publicly stated they believe XRP is a security but offer no analysis. I would love to read or hear an analysis of the Howey test applied to the facts. The SEC's complaint is also only custody. And so, look, I've said this before, and it's true. Almost no attorneys outside of the SEC believe that XRP is a security. Almost zero. They're very hard to find. And I have found them before. I think they all work at a law firm called Anderson Kill. Here's one of them. I've highlighted this before. This is attorney Haley Lennon. She does not like Ripple, and she clearly doesn't like XRP, or at least not people in the XRP community. And so she trolls, and then when people give her grief, she blames them for being mean to her effectively, which is kind of funny. So I don't have anything against her. I just think it's like comical to observe the behavior here. So here's a tweet from June of last year. Bitcoin versus Ripple, she wrote. And I shared this actually somewhat recently. It shows 2 men and obviously physically comparing the attractiveness of them. One's Bitcoin, one's Ripple. How about that? And so then Matt Hamilton responded to that and wrote, I do genuinely wonder what your issue with Ripple/XRP is. I mean, I guess you dunk on it because it makes your tribe happy, right? What would it take for you to decide you actually wanted to understand how cryptocurrencies work? I'd be happy to chat if you want. Haley Lennon then responded and wrote, I think it's a security and will be deemed as such. So there you go. We did find it. So these attorneys do exist, but I think it's because they're biased. The attorneys that I've found, and I've only found a few of them, it's her and her lawyer buddies at this Anderson Kill law firm. They exist, but they have strong bias against Ripple and XRP. That's what it looks like, right? So she wrote, I think it's a security and will be deemed as such. So when John Deaton says, hey, love to see you apply your analysis to the Howey test here, fun little conversation, that would be fun to see. She's never done that publicly that I'm aware of anyway, but she says it's a security. And then here, just trolling people more. Here's a tweet from May of last year. She wrote, I might hate the Doge army even more than XRP army. Yeah, you're not picking fights though. Then here's another one from February of this year. Someone asked me last week if the XRP army still exists. I'm sorry to report they do, and they are dumber than ever. See, but of course we're the problem, right? We and the toxic XRP community. And then there was this, she wrote in part in this tweet, my biggest criticism about XRP is people like you who have tweeted at me all week. And so there you go. She's the victim though. She is the victim. She just thinks that XRP is a security. She didn't do anything wrong, right? She didn't compare the physical attractiveness of two men as one being Bitcoin, one versus Ripple. She didn't say that Doge army's even, that she hates him even more than the XRP army, which she hates, she admits there, hates very much. And she didn't say that someone asked her to look at XRP and see if they still exist, XRP army, see if they still exist. And she didn't call us dumber than ever, did she, right? She's the victim here. Isn't that rich? Isn't that just intensely rich? So anyway, I'm just having a little fun with this, but I'm just saying the only people outside the SEC that are attorneys that are arguing that XRP is a security, they just hate Ripple and they hate XRP and they hate everyone in the community. Because of reasons, folks, because of reasons. XRP, it shouldn't be so toxic to these people. It's their damn fault. XRP is just a decentralized cryptocurrency. That's it. That's it. It's not some sort of sentient being, okay? It's not an ideology. It's just a decentralized cryptocurrency that is technologically superior to Bitcoin. But that lights them up when you say that. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.